letter for it. It was just presented to us, and
Okay, Councillor Moore?
It's gonna add to our salaries and wages. So I guess I'll say 2025.
Okay, that's a no for the fire chief for this year. And did I capture everything?
You capital items
Yes.
now. No energy colas, is that it?
Well, I'm gonna suggest about, because we're gonna get to the $7,000 for the planning, and then what I'm gonna suggest is that we defer, talk about any salaries, wages, and COLA until we see the grids and the information we've asked for, and then we see what all these numbers come back as too, with what we're adding. And then we also have the external groups too, so plus the capital. And I guess who has thoughts on capital transfers, or the operational transfers to capital, what we'd like to go around the table about, so.
Indicating 30 or 15 that's transferred from operating.
Okay. Nicole?
Sure. It's 30, so the project cost is $40,000. 10 would come from the reserve and 30 from operations. But I do expect that would be a little bit less once we do the work.
30,000 from, right now what it says is 30,000 and 8 reserves. I'm gonna find it.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I understand the difference now. So it is an increase of 15 to the budget from 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where that 15.
Yeah, that's where that came
So
from.
it's
Yeah.
15.
Because last year we had bumped that budget up, remember, to do the ramp replacement, and so we left that number, and so it's already planned for 20, so it's actually 15 above that to be able to do the full project for the floor.
We need 15 more.
Yes.
So 15 of the 30 is already in the budget.
It's already in the
Already in the budget
version.
as it is, and it's only the 15 other that is being additional.
That's correct.
All right. So for additional portion, it's 15 over and above what's already in the budget.
Yes.
Thank you.
So if you don't approve it, you would take 15 out of the budget.
You don't approve it, you have a savings of 50.
Right. But it's still 15,000 in the capital. Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Well, it has to all be moved. It was just it's kind of an oversight when we did the budget.
Okay.
Is why it's.
All that really matters to me is that it's 15,000 more that we
Yes.
have to add. Yes.
Mayor, I'm just wondering, would it be easier if we just go one by one?
Because everybody has the opportunity to add what they want right now?
Yeah. So, when it comes down to these items, I will be in favor of the train station flooring, the hydraulic ram, and the snow wing.
Deputy Mayor?
yes to the flooring. Yes to the VMware virtual host server. And I go back and forth between the greater snow wing and the Harley rake. And when I look around I know some people will complain about snow removal, but we actually do in my opinion, a pretty good job about that. I think the Harley rake, cleaning up back alleys, I've seen those things in action and they work good. And that's a pretty nice service upgrade for our residents, so I would be in favor of the Harley rake.
So what did you add to the list? The train station was on there, the hydraulic ram, the snow wing, and then, so you added the Harley rake?
I added VM virtual host server and Harley rake.
Did we just approve it? We've already approved the VM. in the original. Did you have that in your motion?
No. Because it was being operated, it was being funded by operations, and so we were.
Well, I know, but
later,
I
yeah.
kept that one out, but that's my, I missed that we didn't have that in the motion.
Then the amount is wrong as well.
Oh, good.
But
Well, then,
It would be 18,000 less. The VM the server's already in the budget, by the way.
It's already in the budget.
Yeah,
Oh,
so if you don't want to approve it, you need to take it out.
I wasn't aware of that for some reason. Because it was on, okay, so the virtual server's in there, Amanda.
Yeah,
We don't even have to deal with it anywhere.
well,
We could take it out,
You could
but, I
approve
mean,
it.
obviously we have to prove the budget, but, yeah, okay. So there you win that one, Deputy Mayor. It's already in, so.
Fine.
so it's not.
Counselor Moore?
Yes, I don't need to put the virtual server in there because it's already in. Yes, on the train station flooring, yes, on the hydraulic ground. that
We're not
we
voting
asked
yet.
for.
We're not voting, we're asking for you to add something, because we haven't
I would
voted. Where's-
I would add all of the equipment and especially the Harley rake that is the top priority for Craig. So Harley rake, end dump trailer, snowing, and hydraulic ram, all of them. Because it's going to save our roads and it's gonna cost us less in salaries and wages.
Is that true? That we're gonna cost less in salaries and wages? Like, I don't know that was presented.
He's already said that it's going to help them with efficiency.
Okay,
So yes.
okay. Anything else? I think, oh, Councilor McCoy, I'm sorry, go ahead. If you have anything to add, we're not voting right now.
Oh, I had a question in my head, but no, I can't think of it.
This motion would be to bring the budget back with the items that we all agree on and show that for whatever percent it is for those items. So I'm gonna vote now on the items. Deputy Mayor, I'm gonna go back to the train station.
Yes.
Get my chart going. Where are you? Councillor Moore?
Yes.
Councillor McCoy?
yes,
Councillor Williams?
Yes.
Councillor Windsor?
Yes.
And then we'll go reverse for the hydraulic ram. Councillor Windsor?
No.
Councillor Williams?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
What is the hydraulic ram again?
It's
That's an enhancement for the fire department, right?
Go ahead.
Yes, that's correct. It's part of the rescue tools that they use. Vehicle extradition.
It's adding an additional one. No.
Councillor Moore?
Yes.
Councillor McCoy?
yes,
Well, we have 3 noes and 3 yeses then. Well, it's not a formal vote, so, Amanda?
Well,
As you're discussing that, I just considered something. There is some money in the fire department's small capital equipment reserve, so you may consider funding the town's portion with that as well.
Would that change anybody's mind? That's a no if we can use reserves? Go ahead, Deputy Mayor.
Sorry, I turned my mic off. Yes, that would change my mind, and I was probably going to change it anyway, because we're going to review these again once we see them on the budget and,
Yeah.
make a final decision once it's all up there. So I would be okay with putting the hydraulic ram on.
Councillor Windsor?
I would change, provided that it was not funded out of the operating budget.
Okay. Amanda, do you know how much is in that reserve?
There's only about 13,000 in that. It stems from when, the county and the town put money into reserves together based on the agreement. So yeah, just about 13,000.
So then, Mayor, that wouldn't cover the cost of this thing, because there's
Yeah, we don't know.
estimated at 16.
Well, we owe 8 on that. Mountain County pays the other 8. So you okay with that then? Okay. The snow wing, Deputy Mayor?
Yes?
Councillor McCoy?
Yes.
Councillor Moore?
Yes.
Councillor Williams?
Yes.
Councillor Windsor?
No.
Okay, that's yeses. The Harley rake, Councillor Windsor?
No.
Councillor Williams?
No.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes?
Councillor McCoy?
Yes.
Councillor Moore?
Sorry, my mic keeps popping back on. Yeah, yes.
Well, it would be a tie, so I'm still with my original plan that we need to get it on a plan for short-term or long-term. So that's a no, but there's 3-3 in that case. If it comes back, people can change their minds, I get. Like, it's gonna come back, and we're gonna see the impact on the percentage. So unless it's a majority yes or no, then we have a 4th councillor or 7th councillor missing tonight too, so that'll make a difference when we see the numbers. The virtual hard, got that, the end dump. Councillor McCoy?
So then that sorry, Mayor, just so that we're clear, Harley rate, that's a no, because it was a tie. So do you want us to?
Oh, it was a no,
keep it
yeah.
Do you want?
No's would, no,
I mean,
because there wasn't 3.
So
well-
we keep it off, or is there anyone?
Well, I
that
think
needs
it's a
to
tie,
come back
3
to see?
no's. So we haven't made concessions for any other items to come back because we're missing the councillor, so I don't think we will at this point. So if that's reconsidered in the future, then if we see the numbers are good, then people can go through the list again and see what they'd like to add. But right now, no, we won't forward that.
At the end, we could do a full review of the list again if everyone wants to.
Well, we will. We'll make the motion to send it to, but the Harley rake right now is the only thing not with a no. And the other one went to a reserve. And now the end dump, Councillor McCoy?
Remind me again what the end dump does.
Craig, can you remind her what the end dump does?
Yeah, sure. The end dump is a trailer that we would be able to pull with any vehicle, well, any of the 3/4 ton trucks. And its primary purpose is to give us a vessel to put the tracked skid steer into for when we're doing work around town. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes?
Councillor Moore?
Yes.
Councillor Windsor?
No?
No.
I'm sticking with my nose for transfers from operating right now, so that won't come back either for now. The snow wing, I'll let Deputy Mayor go because he was excited about, oh, we did the snowing, I got it down twice. The streetlights. Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, just because I wanna see it on there. I may have to change my mind and remove it at the time, but I would like to see what the impact on the budget is. Yes.
Councillor Moore?
I'm gonna say no, because I think the public works equipment is more important.
Councillor McCoy?
I'm gonna say yes.
Councillor Windsor?
Yes.
Councillor Williams?
I'm gonna say no, I think we can wait until next year for that design.
Well, I put it on there, so I'm gonna say yes. Yes, so what we have coming back is the train station floor, the hydraulic ram that is from, if it's from reserves, the snow wing, streetlights. Okay, so we got through those lists, and what I would like to suggest then, is everybody agree that we remove that $7,000 from the $17,000 in planning? Because that was, administration already responded to that there's no special projects this year, so we could reduce that $17,000 line for planning, professional planning services. Are you fine with a reduction of 7,000, Deputy Mayor?
Yes, but that is better spent on some equipment this year.
Councillor Moore?
Yes.
Councillor McCoy?
Yes.
Councillor Williams?
Yes.
Councillor Windsor?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll reduce that by 7,000. I have just a few questions, Amanda. I'm going to open this up for some discussion. I have to find my questions. So does anybody have any questions right now besides what we've just discussed? Amanda?
While we were sitting here, I recalled what Councillor Williams had brought up about the grant for the policing. We had 200 and, sorry, let me bring up the number. $240,560 in the budget for as revenue for that policing support grant. And we're actually getting $242,144, so that's a difference of $1,584, which will improve the bottom line.
What page is that on? I've memorized most of them, but not that one. Or even what is it called?
Well, it's the policing support grant, I think. Do I have a grants page? Okay, so page 22 of the budget document.
Right, I found it at the same time you did.
Oh. So the 2024 amount would be 242.
We saved $1,586.
Yeah, 1584.
Good memory, Councillor Williams.
So I'll add that too as well to the next
Okay.
draft.
And then I think we'll leave the salary and wages and COLA for the discussion coming back after we see our numbers. And then I just, does anybody have questions? I just have a few that I've noted down here that, so the MSI operating grant, Amanda, you mentioned earlier that it's already all in that 2024 budget?
Yes, it is.
And I could only find it under the library, where it's specifically noted as a MSI. So I'd like a motion just to understand where the MSI operating is distributed, and I don't need that tonight, but I'd like council to
But I can tell you,
Oh, good.
yeah, so 70,000 is, and it is to the pool, in pool revenue.
Okay.
75,000 offsets the library. And the remaining amount I just have in general administration,
Okay.
so.
And the reason I ask that is historically we're about 178,000 for the MSI operating. And for last year and this year, we were doubled to 345. And that's in the operating budget to offset the operating budget. Next year, there's no guarantee we'll get any MSI operating, and that's going to impact our budget by $345,000. I see you there. I'll get, so I just want council to be mindful of that, because if the government leaves the LGFF just at the proposed rate, that, well, they indicate it's 920,000, I believe, for next year, something like that, close to that. But our MSI is going away. And whether it's 175,000 on at our regular rate, or whether it's the double rate of 345, that's a big impact to our operating budget if we get that taken away. So just to be mindful of it, I guess, and keep it, because I'll probably mention it at every meeting we have about the budget, because I'm concerned for 2025 that we're not going to see that help our budget. And then we already added that other, well, we haven't yet, but the consideration of the GIS and the 30,000 a year going forward. So those are things that caused me pause to keep at the forefront. And that's the only comment I have, because the other were covered in the conversation tonight. Anything else? Sorry, who was going to speak? Jocelyn? Councillor McCoy, go ahead.
I just have a couple of questions. On page 14 of our budget document, it talks about lot sales. 2023 approved is 240,595, and 2024 is 240,594, and that seems awfully close. Was this approved in 2023 and it's planned to receive the money in 2024, and what lots were sold? That's my first question.
Go ahead, Amanda.
So the lot sales, as you know, stems from the Shantz development. And each year when we budget for that development, we don't use taxes to cover the costs, because the thought is future lot sales will pay for it. So essentially, we budget to cover our costs, and it comes down to zero if you were to just look at the lot sales department. And so that's why it's the same each year, because our costs don't change. Now, that's just the budget. So we're budgeting to sell lots, but we haven't necessarily sold any lots in 2023. So when it comes down to reconciling the end of the year, you're actually creating an internal loan, which we've discussed in the past, and because you still had costs those years, but you didn't have, I'm not using tax dollars to offset it, so I've created this amount, which is in the future, when we do have lot sales, needs to pay off that internal loan, because we're borrowing from ourselves to cover those costs of the Shantz development.
Right, and I just thought of this now, but, so are we done paying, back to the original owner? Is that over now?
Well, I'm not sure who the original owner was, but we do still have two loans outstanding on that. So there is a land loan outstanding, and then there's a servicing loan. I don't know if that helps answer that question.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it was, Dorothy would know, I think it was like CMI or something like that.
there's still a loan with CMI outstanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think
And my second question is about the library building itself. It belongs to the town, no matter who's inside there. And I believe it should be maintained properly. And then way back in 2014 or 15, I'm not quite sure, it was recommended to council at the time to repair the leak. And it was advised to us that it would cost $60,000. We voted in favor of this, and it would be a lifetime repair, of which the lifetime is unfortunately how long the business lasts. It didn't. And so it is defunct, and the roof still leaks. Do we have a plan to fix the roof?
Not in this budget. I think it's a good discussion going forward for sure.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that the actual structure itself could be negatively impacted by a roof that's been leaking for, 10 years. Minimal, right?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So the library roof was refinished, and it actually is standing up reasonably well. That doesn't mean that we don't have and experience issues from time to time that we have to maintain, but I don't know if that changes from one building to the next. But as far as any leaks causing significant or irreparable damage, that's not really possible because it's a steel structured frame. So realistically, we get a little bit of wet insulation and then some staining on the ceiling tiles, which is unsightly. But we tend to get to the repairs fairly quickly and address whatever internal issues we can when we get to them. But as far as that goes, the building is being maintained weather tight. So.
Thank you for that.
Anything else? Because while Councillor McCoy, I found those other questions I knew I had, but because I had 2 pages, and most of them are checked off, so be thankful. Nicole, you told us this before, but I'll write it down this time. How does the ice plant get revenue?
So it's a full cost recovery department that is funded by the arena and the curling rink based on percentages for square footage. So they pay, I think it's 37%, 73, 20, no. 73 is the arena, supports the costs, and the remaining is for the curling rink. So it balances out to 0 at the end of the year.
Where's the 135
Well, it's
coming from?
it's an internal allocation to get the ice plant costs into the arena budget and into the curling rink budget. So that revenue doesn't actually exist in the grand scheme of the budget, but because it's netted with the extra expense that doesn't actually exist. It's just that's where we accumulate all of the costs for the ice plant, and then we say, okay, 73% is going to arena, 27% to curling, and so it's just, again, another accounting allocation. But so if you look at the line by line budget, you can see all the expenses in the ice plant there. But then when that 135,000
Just offsets.
is just offsetting it and putting it into the arena and curling rink.
Okay. And then, just jogging my memory again too on when we have a fund or a policy or whatever it is, so things like when we sell, I think we had a Kabatsu mower that's sold or has been on for sale. Where that small equipment is, things like, and I don't know when RCMP give us stuff, if we have I don't know if that goes to a garage sale or, the metal scraps that come in and are sold, the trucks, the old trucks that are sold, we have a policy or a account or something for those kinds of things that are miscellaneous or old equipment or found stuff or whatever it is?
I don't know that we see a lot of like RCMP found items being sold, but we do have a finance policy which is disposal of surplus assets, and that combined with our year-end surplus policy would require us to, the disposal policy more talks about how it can be disposed, and then the year-end surplus policy discusses that it comes back to council with the year-end surplus, because it wasn't necessarily budgeted it's for, so then you guys allocate it to, normally if it was a vehicle and we brought in $5,000 from that, then you would probably put that back into the vehicle and equipment reserve, but would be your decision as well.
So it'll be in that policy. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember the name of the policy. Thank you. And I think, unless there's other questions, Council, you've done Jocelyn has her hand up. And remember, you can just say, Mayor Hunter, we have a question over here. Okay, Councillor McCoy.
Hi, sorry about that. I noticed when I was going through the budget that, I think it's page 95, it has a cost center of 26100, 26000, which I'm sure Amanda might know. In 2022, we budgeted and transferred $6,000 from planning and development to the office. In 2023, we budgeted $10,000, and in 2024, the proposed budget is $10,000. Why is planning and development paying money?
This is a similar question to the ice plant, actually, and essentially we're trying to get the costs of each department into those departments to show you the true cost of operating that department. So the office rent you see there is related to the number of employees occupying space in the main office, and so you'll see an offsetting revenue for that in the admin department, where all of the costs are accumulated. And we have office rent for the IT office, and we have DNP, and you even see to get the cost of the public works departments allocated, since Parks share space there, they have a rental space, and so do the other, a lot of the other departments to
Okay, that
account for
makes
that.
sense, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that wraps it up for questions. Thank you for being the interceptor. And for the recording secretary over there, the recorder. We never thank you guys enough, really. So we have the motions to bring back these items. So let's start with the $7,000 reduction to the planning professional. I've got it open right here, I think, page 22. What's the formal reference to it?
Engineering.
It's from Amanda's. Go ahead. Oh, Deputy Mayor has a question?
No, I was just gonna make that motion.
Oh, okay. Well, you can as soon as we find out the name of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Planning services.
Okay, so reduce planning services from 17,000 to 10,000.
10,000, yeah.
Okay, I'll call the vote. All in favor? That's carried. And now we have items brought back from the service level document. I have so many documents. So the items to be brought back updated in the budget are the GIS, give me the right name.
GIS software.
GIS software, the Christmas lights, enhanced Christmas lighting, the Municipal Planning Commission, member pay, the high school scholarship, the Communities in Bloom amount, and that's what I've captured. Captured that right, I believe. So I need a motion to bring that back and show it in the current operating budget numbers. Bring those items back. Okay, and you can make the next one. Councillor Windsor made that motion. So you've captured all them, Luana, I'm sure.
Did you get them?
Yeah. Okay, I'll call the vote. All in favor? Okay, that's carried. And now off the transfer of operations to capital, the items are the train station flooring, the hydraulic ram, the snow wing, and the street lights. And Councillor Winslow will make that motion. What did I call you? Well, I'm glad you clarified.
So we should have made it correct.
See, 12, I'm getting tired. Okay, thank you, Councillor Williams, for correcting me on that and for making the motion. I'll call the vote, all in favor. Okay, that's carried. I think we've captured all the votes, or the motions.
Mayor Hunter, I wonder, since we made the motion about the capital before and the VM software wasn't included, I wonder if we should make an amendment to my motion to include that in that motion?
But it's in the budget right now. Right, am I understanding the document, it's encompassed in the number that's there?
It's in the operating budget, but we would still need it on the capital budget to be approved. However, just to clarify, did your total say 1,558,000?
Oh, yeah, now I gotta go back to my calculator.
The
Yes.
confirmed is what he
Yes, it
said.
did. Yes, it did.
Because that,
That would be.
unless I'm missing something, that
be
includes the
$18,000
server.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So the balance included the server, but you didn't state that item.
Okay, so should we amend that motion or rescind it and make a new one? Rescind it and make a new one.
Lord.
We could,
You can't amend it, I think.
Oh, Lord.
Because the amount's right, it's just to add the virtual server for the VM where,
You have to add 18,000 to that. So it'd be for,
so the amount isn't right?
no.
Okay,
It's-
then
it was
rescind that motion.
405, and it should have been 423, right, Amanda?
Okay, let's get the right amount and then we'll, I think we can amend that motion,
I'm not
Yeah.
sure now.
yeah.
just to amend it to state exactly what's in, make sure you have everything included.
But we don't know what number motion it is.
I think it was the first one.
Well, I know, but would we,
You know the
wouldn't we have to have,
She knows the number.
oh, did we number it already?
Yeah.
Oh, well, aren't we amazing?
That's the capital one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 023-24.
So that, I would amend that motion
Okay,
to include the VMware Virtual Host Server and adjust the total to 423,000. No, 114.
let's get the right amount.
Yeah, let's get the right number.
I still get the 1,558,
Okay? You're still 1,558?
but now I'm second guessing my math.
Okay. let me
I'll
go.
give you all a minute just to add it up.
Yeah,
I don't
give me a
mind.
second here.
Okay,
Let's do
so
that.
can we just go through each one to be sure?
Calculator. Yeah, hang on one second. I'll be up.
So we do still expect everybody here at 5 on Friday, so,
Okay, so we're gonna start out at 1691.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna subtract
mm,
133. Correct?
Okay.
And then we're gonna add 18. Isn't that right? Because that takes out all of the operational ones. And it should be 1576. No?
No, because the train station flooring was 40,000, the total,
But only 30 was coming from,
but you weren't gonna approve any of it yet, I believe.
right, and I took that out.
You took out 30.
Because it was 133 was the total from operations, so I took all 133 out of that total of 161.91.
Well, so we still have to take the other 10 out as well. And for the hydraulic ram, we need to take the whole 16 out.
Okay,
So if you,
the whole 16 out of the, okay,
so if we take out 133, and then you'd have to take out another 10,000
4.
for the other, because the train station's worth 40.
I appreciate that, but it only included 30 to begin with in that 133 total. Didn't include the 10.
That's reserved.
no, it would still matter.
But I would suggest taking it out of the total column, because
Oh.
the,
Okay.
So let's go, Amanda, what is your number that you're confident with?
I'm no longer confident. Yeah,
We
so
can wait till 9.
1,558,000, that's where the difference is, the 10 and the 8 is the other 18. So the 133, and then you have to take an additional 10 for the train station, and an additional 8 for the round, and then add back 18. So the original
One
amount
number.
was correct.
And so the capital budget and the operating budget are coming back to January 23rd. RCM. So we're referring, like we're making that motion, but it goes to the regular council meeting as well? It will? Like this definitely will go to the RCM, the operating budget items.
Mhm.
But when we were talking about the agenda, Ethan, we would bring back the capital budget to the RCM.
Sure, we can bring it back.
Well, I'm just, like, can we approve it tonight in the amount it is at this meeting? And then the operating budget goes to the RCM? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
We don't have to take this to the RCM, the capital budget?
No,
Well,
you don't, because
The operating we do, because that's firmed up.
this motion that you approve the capital, it doesn't need another
It's right
motion
there.
approving it, yeah, because this is a council meeting.
Just like, in case anybody changes their mind. Just kidding.
Unless you want it brought back
No.
to be revisited.
No, well, no, that's good, we're fine. So go ahead, Amanda. What were you saying? Nothing?
No.
Okay, so we have the amount, we have the capital items that included the server now, the VMware server. And we're gonna vote on that amendment to motion 023-24. Right, Luana?
Yes.
So can you read that motion back?
Moved by Councillor Windsor to amend Resolution 023-24 to add the VMware Virtual Host Server to the 2024 capital budget projects for a total of $1,558,000.
should we clap or something? Because okay, I'm gonna call the vote, maybe that's how, we show of hands, we'll show how excited we are.
Clap after.
Clap after, please clap after. Call the vote, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Okay, and I believe we can have a motion to adjourn. And thanks everybody for listening in live stream and for being here with us in the gallery, and to all the team at the table and council for all your work tonight on this. So who'd like to make the motion to adjourn? You can't make it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just maybe before we adjourn, you wanna just go over kind of where we'll, like,
Oh,
what you wanna do on Friday, just so
Oh.
it's clear kind
well,
of the
we'll
next
cancel
step.
that, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how we can come and talk about things, but I'm not, yeah. I know, that's what I said, well done, council. So, we're just talking, if you guys can hear me, we're gonna talk about canceling the meeting and notifying the public that our job is done for now.
Which should be done by motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so who will make the motion? Councillor Moore will probably, because she's clapping. Oh, Councillor McCoy, go ahead. Motion,
I have a question, and maybe it's not in our procedural bylaw. I don't know if there's anyone in the gallery. We're not allowing anyone to ask questions.
that's not on our agenda. I don't know that we ever have a budget meeting. It's not that I don't want to. We can have a motion to have people ask if that's, I mean, by council vote, we can certainly invite them up.
I'm not sure if anyone does, but I just thought that maybe some people thought there would be an opportunity. I don't know.
Okay, does anybody here in the gallery like to ask a question? No? Okay, but thanks for being here. And we're letting you go like 40-some minutes early. No, 30, whatever it is. Thanks for being here though. No, we don't have anybody, Joyce, Councilor McCoy.
Okay, that's perfect. So I can make the motion then.
To adjourn?
And we're canceling Friday?
Oh, canceling Friday, yes.
Okay.
I'll call the vote, all in favor? That's carried. And a motion to adjourn.
I can make that too.
Okay. Councillor McCoy, all in favor? That's carried, even before Deputy Mayor voted. Thanks, everyone, and yeah, enjoy your Friday night.